very warm welcome everybody. Let's hack Prelims 2023 with a quick revision of important multilateral groupings. First and foremost is United Nations Security Council. It has dominated the news scape since the past 2 and 3 years because of the reforms that are being demanded. It is one of the UN's 6 main organs. It was established in 1945 with the help of United Nations Charter. It wants to safeguard international peace and security. If any recommendation are to be there with respect to modification in the UN Charter, it also takes that. Then there is recommending new UN members to the United Nations General Assembly. And in 1947-48, when there was the drafting of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, India played a major role through that also. The headquarters is at New York. There are some other important specialized agencies of the UN. We have to see that as well. Like Food and Agriculture Organization, its headquarters is at Rome, Italy. It was established in 1946. Then we have International Atomic Energy Agency. Headquarters is at Vienna, Austria, and it was established in 1957. Then we have International Civil Aviation Organization, which was established in 1947 with its headquarters at Montreal, Canada. We have International Labour Organization, which was established in the year 1990, and the headquarters is at Geneva, Switzerland. We also have International Fund for Agriculture Development with its headquarters at Rome, Italy. It was established in the year 1977, and International Maritime Organization, which was established in the year 1948, and it has its headquarters at London. Then, the thing is that the presidency of the United Nations keeps on rotating. India has held presidency of the United Nations on a monthly basis for 8 times, and the last one was December 2022. The main 5 permanent members of the UNSC are the nuclear powers such as China, France, also Russia, United Kingdom, and United States as well. There are 10 non-permanent members as well, because permanent seat is there, 10 non-permanent members are there. So there are 15. Right now, 15 countries are having a say, major say in the United Nations Security Council. Albania is holding a non-permanent membership of the UNSC. Then we have Brazil, of which 2023 will be the last year. The membership will end in 2023. We have Gabon, we have Ghana, we have India, we have Ireland, Kenya, Mexico, Norway, as well as UAE. Then if we move on to the next part, it is the group of 7 countries. The group of 7 is an intergovernmental political forum with Canada, France, Germany, Italy, United Kingdom, and the United States as a part of it. Earlier, there was Russia also, which made G8. But after 2014, the annexation of Crimea, Russia was pushed out of this organization and hence G7. It doesn't have any formal constitution or a permanent secretariat or headquarter. The decisions which are made by the leaders annually are not legally binding. So if it is asked in your examination, you can answer it. See, these are the G7, and Russia also is there, which could have made a G8. Then G7 plus Russia, G8, and there are certain other countries like Argentina, Australia, Brazil, China, European Union, India is also there, Indonesia, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, and Turkey. These all are a part of G20. So in G20, we have all the members of G7 as well. The latest summit was in Hiroshima, Japan. It was for the first time ever that an Indian Prime Minister went to Hiroshima after Pokhran. And 16 countries plus the European Union were also invited as guests. India was also invited as a guest. For the first time ever, India received the invitation in the year 2003. We also had Brazil, Indonesia, Vietnam, Australia, South Korea, and Comoros and Cook Islands as well. Now the latter two, Comoros and Cook Islands, were also representing the African Union and Pacific Islands Forum respectively as their current chairs. Then we talk about it being an intergovernmental forum which came into being in 1999. Okay, G20 came into being in 1999. The 19 countries plus the European Union, 19 countries I have already told you about, but in the PDF which I will give you on Telegram, I have also jotted down. It represents about 85% of the global GDP, 75% of the trade, and 2/3 of the world's population, and that makes it a big market. And as I told you, it was developed in 1999 after the financial crisis of Asia. And earlier it was a group in which finance ministers plus the governors of the central bank used to do all these sort of meetings. But it was elevated to level of heads of state government in the wake of the global economic crisis in 2007. Further, in 2009, it was designed to be the premier forum for international economic cooperation. That means it is the premier forum. If any kind of issues are to be discussed with respect to economics, it is going to do through G20 only, and it works through two tracks, the finance track and the Sherpa track. The finance track consists of the finance minister and the governor of the central bank, whichever it is. For India, it is RBI. And the Sherpa track, which guides the different engagement groups throughout. And there are different engagement groups as well, for youth, for women empowerment, for tourism, etc., etc. Then we move on and talk about the G20 presidency of India. For the first time, India is convening and hosting the G20 summit, and the basic, we can see, the factor that is ruling India's presidency is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The world is but one. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the theme of the current presidency, and it is for the first time that India will host 43 heads of delegation, which is the largest ever in the G20. And the final summit will take place in New Delhi in September 2023. From December 2022 onwards, we are holding this presidency, and many important group meetings are already convened in different cities. So G20 has a concept of troika as well, in which the previous president, the current president, and the future president of the G20, they are a group of countries. In order to ensure that the policy that is implemented is there on a continuous basis, it is a concept that is very, very important in order to understand G20. Earlier it was Indonesia, then present India, and future it's Brazil. So G20's troika consists of Indonesia, India, and Brazil. For the next year's troika, India will be here as a past president, then Brazil, and then whoever will be the future chair of G20. Now, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is the theme of it, which is one earth, one family, one future. It is taken from Maha Upanishad, which is an old Sanskrit scripture. It also exemplifies it. I mean, the G20 for India also exemplifies life, which is lifestyle for environment. And this is the start of Amrit Kal. Amrit Kal is starting from the 75th year of independence, and then will go on to the next 25 years. That will mark the 100 years of independence for India. And a new working group on disaster risk reduction will be established under India's presidency. India's special invitee guest countries include Bangladesh, Egypt, Mauritius, Oman, Netherlands, Nigeria, Singapore, Spain, and UAE. Seldom times it happens that your preliminary question could ask you guest countries as well. And G20's invited international organizations are a lot, such as UN, IMF, World Bank, WHO, etc. So whenever I'm going to provide you the PDF, that will be after the premiere of the show. You will get a PDF from which you can also revise it. So don't worry about that. Now let's take Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It is an intergovernmental international organization which is permanent in nature, and basically it is a European political, economic, as well as military organization. The facets are related to this. Sometimes in your prelims exam, it could ask that Shanghai Cooperation Organization is a political and economic, governmental, intergovernmental organization only. No, it is in military character as well. Then it ensures to maintain peace, security, and stability in the region. It came into existence as Shanghai Cooperation Organization in 2001. Before that, it was Shanghai 5 as well. And the SCO charter was signed in 2002. So in 2001, the group consisted of Kazakhstan, China, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan. These were the members of the Shanghai 5. And these countries, Shanghai 5, came into existence because fall of the USSR. So there was demarcation of borders. In order to ensure that dispute doesn't occur, Shanghai 5 was established. And after the accession of Uzbekistan in 2001 to the organization, Shanghai Cooperation Organization came into existence. India and Pakistan became a member of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization in 2017, and that was the Astana Summit. Remember that. Alright. Moving ahead, we are also going to talk about the 4 observer states which are in a run to become members. If you go to the official website of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, it clearly states that there are 8 members. But Iran is also a runner-up. Now it will also become a part of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It hasn't as of yet. In 2021, it was proposed that Iran should be a part of it too. So 4 observer states, as according to the website, also have Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran, and Mongolia. There are 6 dialogue partners as well, as we know that prelims could ask us a question with respect to that as well. Armenia, Azerbaijan, Cambodia, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Turkey. Now in 2021, as I told you, the decision was made to start the accession process for Iran as a full member, and Egypt, Qatar as well as Saudi Arabia became dialogue partners. Alright, so this is the latest and the fresh of the news. Now another very important organization is NATO. North Atlantic Treaty Organization. This is a political and military alliance, and now it has 31 member countries. In 1949, it was established in order to promote mutual defense and collective security among its members. Of course, against USSR it was done. 12 were the founding members of the alliance, including Belgium, Canada, Denmark, France, Iceland, Italy, Luxembourg and the Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, United Kingdom as well as the United States, of course. So keep in mind one thing, that the question could ask you something like who were the founding members of NATO, or who were the original 12 members of the NATO, 12 founding members. They could ask you that as well. Now 19 more countries have joined the alliance, including Greece and Turkey in 1952, then Germany, after that Spain. We also had Czechia, Hungary and Poland. Another question could arise from here, that a group of countries, as you can see, are joining together, certain countries. So they could ask you like in 1952, which of the following 2 countries joined the NATO? So Greece and Turkey. Then in 1955, it's Germany. After that, we have Spain. Then we have Czechia, Hungary and Poland. They joined together in 1999. Then we have Bulgaria, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Romania, Slovakia and Slovenia. And that makes it in 2004. Then we have Albania and Croatia. They joined in 2009. Montenegro in 2017. In 2020, North Macedonia became a part of it. And the latest member, because of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, it's Finland. Alright, headquarters of NATO is in Brussels, Belgium. The headquarters of the Allied Command Operations is in Mons, Belgium. So remember the difference. The Article 5 is the most contentious, or the heart of the entire, you can say, grouping, NATO organization. It says that an attack on one member is an attack on all the members. But it doesn't take into account the civil wars that are happening or internal coups that are happening within the NATO countries. And under Article 5, this has been invoked only once, when the 9/11 attack took place. Okay. Moving ahead, if we talk about the other important facet, that how many countries of NATO have a border with Russia. As you can see that Finland has become the 31st member of NATO. So there are many countries now that are sharing a border with Russia. And Ukraine also is aspiring to become a part of NATO. So that is another issue. Now it says that NATO has land borders with Russia that span 754 miles across northern Norway, eastern Latvia, Estonia, and the borders with Poland and Lithuania around Russia's Kaliningrad region. So these are the countries that are NATO countries and have a border with Russia. A clear question could come from here, and Finland is also now a part of it. So a clear question could come like this. Now we have the next grouping, that is BIMSTEC. BIMSTEC is actually a multidisciplinary regional organization, and it is for those countries, those who live along the Bay of Bengal's shoreline and neighboring places. They form a contiguous regional unity, and that is why it is supposed to be having same culture, similar sort of history, similar sort of taste. So that is why it's a grouping. And it has members, 7 members such as India, Bangladesh, Bhutan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Thailand and Myanmar. In Bangkok, it was established through the Bangkok Declaration in 1997, and it's a logical platform for India to achieve our core foreign policy agendas, that are Neighborhood First and Act East. So these are the 2 important policies that India has. As you can see with the help of map, India is a part of it, as it is close to Bay of Bengal. It has a shoreline with Bay of Bengal, not even close. Sri Lanka, Nepal doesn't have a shoreline with BOB, but it's a neighbor. Bhutan similarly, Bangladesh, Myanmar and Thailand as well. So I hope all this is getting understood by you. The rotating chairmanship concept also applies to BIMSTEC. So right now the current chair is Thailand. Alright. Then moving ahead to the next part, we have BRICS. BRICS consists of Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. This is the grouping of 4 very economically powerful, emerging powerful countries. Okay. And BRICS doesn't exist as an organization. An annual summit is held between the leaders that are included in this. According to the formula, BRICS, the chairmanship of the forum is rotated annually among the members. So the G20 includes the 5 BRIC countries as well. So remember that G20 has that also. It represents 42% of the global population, 30% of land area, 24% of global GDP, and 16% of international trade. A question could be made from here. The presidency rotates annually in accordance with the alphabet, in the alphabetical order of BRICS. Like Russia held the chair in 2020 after Brazil. After B, we have R. Then we had India for 2021. Then after that, China. And for 2023, we have South Africa. So it's like a full circle now. Now moving ahead to the next portion, we have ASEAN. ASEAN means the Association of Southeast Asian Nation, and it emerged in 1967 on 8th of August in Bangkok, Thailand, with the help of ASEAN Declaration. Founding fathers of ASEAN include Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. With the help of map, you can see ASEAN member countries. Alright, so this will also be given in the PDF. Then we have Brunei Darussalam, which joined ASEAN in 1984, Vietnam in 1995, Laos PDR in 1997, Cambodia in 1999, and Indonesia is the current chair of ASEAN. This could be asked in your exam. India became a sectoral dialogue partner in 1992. Mutual interest led the ASEAN to invite India to become its full-time partner, full dialogue partner during the 5th ASEAN Summit in Bangkok. That was in 1995. These are the prelims fact questions. India also became a member of the ASEAN Regional Forum in 1996. And India and ASEAN have been holding the summit level meetings since the year 2002 on an annual basis. And in August 2009, India also signed a free trade agreement with ASEAN. So these are all preliminary facts. Let's talk about United Nations Human Rights Council. Because of the Russia-Ukraine war, this was also in the news a lot. So it is an international organization. It promotes and protects human rights. It was established in the year 2006 on the 15th of March. It took the place of the former United Nations Commission on Human Rights. Its headquarters are at Geneva, Switzerland. It has 47 UN member states, which is chosen by the United Nations General Assembly, and the members of the council serve a 3-year term. This could be a straight factual prelims question that you could get. They are not eligible for immediate re-election after serving 2-year term in a row. So this is also a prelims fact. Now, UNCLOS, that is United Nations Convention on the Laws of the Sea. It was established in the year 1982 and lays down a comprehensive regime of law and order that has to be followed in the high seas. And the convention also provides the framework for further development and specific areas for the laws of the seas. Now, if we talk about the other important portions of UNCLOS, that it has 168 parties and an additional 14 UN member states have signed UNCLOS but not ratified it. And only 16 UN member and observer states have neither signed nor ratified UNCLOS. Some of the countries include Andorra, Eritrea, Holy See, Israel, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Peru, San Marino, South Sudan. We also have Syria, Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Turkey or Turkey, Turkmenistan, USA, and Venezuela as well. Okay, so please understand that they could also ask you which of the following countries are neither a part or not have ratified it. So this could be asked in your preliminary examination. World Health Assembly also has been in the news a lot. So it is a forum through which the 194 member states of the World Health Organization, they govern the organization. It is made up of health ministers from member states, and it's the world's highest health policy making body. And every year in May, the members of the WHO, they gather in Geneva. The main responsibilities include determining the organization's policies, appointing the Director General, supervising the financial policies, and reviewing the approving the budget programs as well. So it is all done by WHA. It could also get asked in your examination. Then if we talk about the other important portions of this segment, it includes the Non-Proliferation Treaty as well. It's a landmark treaty. It's an international treaty in order to prevent the misuse of nuclear energy. So it prevent the spread of nuclear weapons and weapon technology, to promote cooperation in the peaceful use of nuclear energy, and further the goal of achieving nuclear disarmament and general and complete disarmament. It was opened for signature in 1968 and came into force in 1970, and on 11th of May 1995 this treaty was extended indefinitely. And now it has a total of 191 states, which also includes the 5 nuclear weapon states. As I have already told you, these are the 5 members of the UNSC. The IAEA, it monitors the compliance of non-nuclear weapon states. If there is any sort of anomaly, then IAEA will come into the matter. South Sudan, India, Israel, Pakistan, they remain outside the treaty. Is there any other country? You have to tell me, okay? Then we have OPEC, which is the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries. It is an organization which has 13 countries, and it is an intergovernmental organization. That means different governments work through this only. It regulates the amount of oil that each country can produce. Includes Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia and Venezuela. These countries founded the OPEC at the Baghdad Conference of 1960. Very factual question could be made from here. They want to, through this organization, manage oil supply in order to ensure that the supply and demand are in such a manner that neither exceeds each other, and it avoids price fluctuation that could harm the economies of both producing and producer states. The headquarters of it are in Vienna, Austria. Again, now if we talk about the map, you can see how many continents have it. Here, here and here. So if it is ever asked you, South America has 2 countries. For OPEC, yes, Venezuela and Ecuador. Similarly for other continents as well. OIC is the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. It is the second largest organization after the United Nations. It has 57 member states. It is a collective voice. It is the collective voice of the Muslim world in order to protect the rights of Muslims. And the organization was established in the Rabat, Kingdom of Morocco on 12th Rajab 1389 according to Hijra calendar, and actually it was in through the help of Gregorian calendar. We could see that it was 25th September 1969, and it follows it. Why was it established? According to the website, following the criminal arson of Al-Aqsa Mosque, which was in occupied Jerusalem. After that only it came into being. Then if you have to see the member states, it includes Azerbaijan, Jordan, Afghanistan, Albania, UAE, Indonesia, Uzbekistan, Uganda, Iran, Pakistan, Bahrain, Darussalam, Bangladesh, Benin, Burkina Faso, Republic of Tajikistan. A question clearly could be made from here. Then we have, of course, other group of countries are also there. That includes Republic of Turkey, Turkmenistan, Chad, Togo, Tunisia, Democratic Republic of Algeria, Djibouti, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Sudan, Syria, Suriname, Sierra Leone, Somalia, Iraq. Then we have Sultanate of Oman as well. After that, we have Gabon, Gambia, Guyana, Guinea, Guinea-Bissau, Palestine, Comoros, Kyrgyz Republic, Qatar, Kazakhstan, Cameroon, Cote d'Ivoire, Kuwait, Lebanon, Libya, Republic of Maldives. Maldives is also a member. Then after that, we have Mali, Malaysia, Egypt, Morocco, Mauritania, Mozambique, Niger, Nigeria, and Yemen. So it is spread across 4 continents, the membership of it. Then we have the Gulf Cooperation Council, consisting of United Arab Emirates, State of Bahrain. This is the entire map that we have right now. So State of Bahrain, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Sultanate of Oman, State of Qatar, and State of Kuwait. So as you can see, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, UAE, Oman. Okay, so these are the member countries of the GCC. Then it was established on 4th of February 1981. The headquarters are at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Now finally we have Quad. Quad means Quadrilateral Security Dialogue. It's an informal strategic grouping. If it is asked in your preliminary examination, it is formal? No. It is informal. Strategic dialogue between India, USA, Japan and Australia. It wants to ensure that the Indo-Pacific remains free, open and prosperous, because these are the major countries which have strategic, military and trade interest in this region. The idea of Quad was first mooted by the Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in 2007. It was supposed to be established as an Asian arc of democracy, but the idea could never take a fruitful picture because Australia had to move out. It is, of course, because of China. Many people believe that it is because of China. Now in December 2012, Shinzo Abe once again came up with the concept of Asia's Democratic Security Diamond. It involved Australia, India, Japan and the USA. The objective was maritime security from Indian Ocean to Western Pacific. And in November 2017, all the countries, India, US, Japan and Australia, came together in order to give shape to or birth to Quad. Now Quad members have also indicated a willingness to expand. This will be known as Quad Plus, which includes South Korea, New Zealand and Vietnam among others. So if it is asked in your examination, you can answer this. Then we talk about AUKUS. AUKUS is a defense deal which was signed in 2021 between Australia, UK and US. That is why AU, UK and US, AUKUS. It wants to help Australia to deploy nuclear-powered submarines in the Pacific region. Nuclear-powered submarine does not mean that they will be nuclear-armed submarine. If that would have been the case, China would be completely berserk about it. So that's a different thing. The fueling of the submarine will be nuclear. And officially, the deal was made to emphasize upon countries' shared commitment to a free and open Indo-Pacific. Of course, that was referring to China's flexing of the muscles, illegal flexing of the muscles. Alright, and if you want the PDF of this, you can join my Telegram channel. You can search for Pooja Dwivedi StudyIQ, you will find the PDF over there. And if you want to ask me any question, you can talk to me on Instagram as well. Alright, so I hope you loved this topic and I will come up again with similar like this. Okay, thank you so much.